Grand final day, and we're just about ready for the first game, first of 3 games here on Nine's Wide World of Sports this afternoon and into the night. It is the State Championship. The Burleigh Bears, you can see on screen, taking on the Newtown Jets. Burleigh warming up, and this is how their team will look today. Fullback Curtis Rowe, the wingers are Tyrone Roberts-Davis and Anthony Don. The centres, Sammy Saluma and Josh Burkers. Dylan Pythian is at 5'8". Jamal Fogarty, the halfback. Prop forward and captain Luke Page. The other prop is Jack Buchanan. Pat Politoni is the hooker. And the back row of Hayden Schross and Blake Leary with Sam Costa, the lock forward. The bench for Burleigh, Matt Robinson, Josh Rogers, Happy Noema Matenga and Jeff Lynch. Earlier, Alana Ferguson was with both captains for the coin toss.
We're down here for the coin toss. We've got both captains and referee Todd Smith. Todd, take it away.
You call. Tails.
Tails it is.
Yeah. I will kick off.
Yeah, we'll run left to right.
So you'll be kicking off that way.
Done.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Scott, your pack has got a big job on their hands today. How are they feeling?
Yeah, very excited. Enjoyed last week, but got their heads screwed on and ready to go today.
Best of luck.
Cheers, thank you.
And Luke, you've had a great season up in Queensland. Are you excited to get out there today?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially after 2016, I think we got pumped. So yeah, the boys are on for this game for sure.
All the best.
No worries. Thank you.
Thank you, Alana. And there's the Newtown Jets warming up. And this is how the Canterbury Cup champions will line up for today. Will Kennedy at fullback, Sione Katoa and Luke Paulselli, the wingers. Matt Evans and Ronaldo Mulatalo, the centres. The 5'8", he might be wearing jersey number 13, but it's Billy Magoulias. The halfback is Braden Trindle, Toby Rudolph and Jermaine Jolliffe, the prop forwards, with Blake Brayley, the hooker. Scott Sorensen, the captain there in the back row, alongside Jason Bakuya, and the experienced Greg Eastwood will be the lock forward for Newtown this afternoon. The interchange of Tag Wilton, Jackson Ferris, Wes Lolo and Daniel Vasquez. That is how Newtown will line up for this afternoon's big game. The State Championship, edition number 6 of this game. Queensland teams, the Intrust Super Cup champions, won the first 2. New South Wales, the Canterbury Cup champions, have won the last 3. It's been a terrific innovation on NRL Grand Final Day and a big chance for these players to show their wares on the big stage. Plenty of people around the stadium coming in. It is absolutely magnificent to be here at ANZ on Grand Final Day. Jamie Soward and Scott Sattler here with me. This is a great opportunity for these players. Look at the supporters coming in for both teams to be part of NRL Grand Final Day.
Absolutely, what a highlight. And it's the first game to kick off Grand Final Day, and with the Burleigh Bears, as Luke Page alluded to, 2016 they came to this day, Jamie Soward, and they were embarrassed. They themselves say they didn't prepare well enough for the game. It's a completely different Burleigh Bears mindset in 2019.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sats. Good afternoon, Salty and viewers. It's a troubling one, isn't it? Because you want to celebrate last week, especially the scenes at Bank West. Newtown coming from 7th, so emotional, that club and what they go through at Henson Park and the fans that they have. To be able to come down from that and try and get yourself back up for another big game, it is hard. But both these teams certainly earned their way, their own right to this game. And Luke Page v Big Toby Rudolph, that's the matchup I want to see, Salty.
We've seen it plenty of times over the years in the Intrust Super Cup, and a chance for them to go toe-to-toe once again today as Luke Page leading out the Burleigh Bears. Up the tunnel behind him is Jamal Fogarty, the Player of the Year in the Intrust Super Cup, winning the Petro Sivanasiva medal. Now come the Burleigh Bears. Blake Leary, their key member of the team. Dylan Pythian has had a terrific season for Burleigh as the Bears making their way out onto the stadium. And there's Anthony Don on screen, someone a lot of people will be familiar with. Last year he was Player of the Year of the Gold Coast Titans. He's finished here this year in the Intrust Super Cup, and what a terrific and timely addition he has been for Burleigh with their leading try scorer Troy Leo out with a severe leg injury. Now Scott Sorensen's turn to lead out the Newtown Jets. Won that dramatic Canterbury Cup Grand Final last week at Bankwest Stadium. And now the Jets with their loyal supporters, and they do have a good core group of fans in the stadium as the Jets making their way out. They did it the hard way to get into the finals of the Canterbury Cup. They've been on a terrific run. There's some of the Jets fans in the stadium early, and Toby Rudolph, we've already mentioned him, but a big game for him. He played for Redcliffe in this game last year, ruptured his ACL just a matter of days after signing with Cronulla. Great to see him back. He's had a terrific few weeks for Newtown. Looking forward to this game getting underway. Are we expecting an open game in the conditions?
I'm expecting an open game. I'm expecting plenty of points. I wouldn't be surprised if it opens up quite early. It's very hot down at ground level, starting to get a little bit muggy when we're down there, Sats, but that sun has just come through at the right time. I'm expecting plenty of points.
Yeah, my question is, can the Burleigh Bears handle the speed of the young Newtown outside backs and some of their forwards? And the other, on the flip side, are the Newtown Jets, are they battle hardened enough to go toe-to-toe with a side in the middle that knows how to get into an arm wrestle?
Right, stand side here, boys.
Well, here we go. The first of 3 games on NRL Grand Final Day underway. The State Championship. Burleigh kicking off. First use of the football for this Newtown Jets side. And an early hit up for Jermaine Jolliffe, the ever-consistent front rower for the Newtown side. Sorensen with a strong run. 3 Bears in there. Good platform set early in their opening set of 6 here. That's a strong tackle on Jolliffe. Burleigh will be looking to assert some authority in the middle. And one of the players they'll have to stop will be Toby Rudolph, who's got his first touch of the State Championship. And he takes the ball into Burleigh territory on the last. So good set so far. Looking for a kick here from Trindle. Good chase coming through. Good take, good chase, but a good opening set for the Jets.
Great first set for the Newtown Jets. They moved the ball to that left-hand side, got Fogarty early in those first 2 plays, and then a little shift back here. Great kick from Trindle on the chase from Mulikalo and Katoa. Very disciplined, nice start for the Blue Bags.
It's been a highlight of the Jets and the run that they've been on, as their kick chase has been absolutely terrific. Burleigh strong defensively throughout the finals of the Intrust Super Cup. Blake Leary, you won't miss him. He's got the Bjorn Borg style tape. This is a terrific defensive set though by Newtown, and Dylan Pythian had to work to get some space for the kick, and he got a pretty good one in the end as well.
That's what's going to be difficult for Will Kennedy in his kick returns and his positioning, because you've got a left foot kicker in Pythian and Jamal Fogarty on the right-hand side with a right foot kick.
It's a good kick to get away from inside his own 30. It was. Here's Magulius taking it into the line on that occasion. Jersey number 13, but he used the 5'8" for this Newtown side. We were a matter of minutes away from having as a stoppage here.
Scott, yep, tackle 4.
A matter of minutes away from having Wentworthville involved here today. That they won the grand final in dramatic circumstances, the Newtown Jets. Here's a concern here for Pat Politoni, who's down here.
Looks like he's holding that right arm, potentially.
He threw his fist into the ground to see if he could get any pressure on it.
You can just see there, it just went numb, didn't it, straight away. He reeled out of the tackle and then stayed down. So looks like a serious injury for Burleigh early on in this game.
Friendly fire from Jack Buchanan. Well, this would be a big blow for Burleigh if they were to lose their important number 9 early on in the contest.
Yeah.
Where do they go to now, Sats? Do they move Leary into the 9 role, who's played a little bit there?
Probably Sam Costa, the lock, and they've got the ability to bring Jeff Lynch or Matt Robinson off the bench. You've got Josh Rogers, also the number 15, who plays a bit of a utility role, plays 5'8", all around the hooking position. But this man is key to this Burleigh Bears side. All the momentum comes off him.
Well, Matt Robinson has got the interchange card in his hand, so will be the player to come on, as we've got this concern now for Pat Politoni.
Well, his body language says that he's probably not going to be able to stay on, and if he does, it won't be for a long period of time.
So a blow early for Burleigh. Similar last year to around this stage of the game where Toby Rudolph did his knee for Redcliffe.
That's the green whistle. He's coming straight off.
Wouldn't be bad to play the whole game with a green whistle.
We might be able to get one up here. Here's a replay. Sorensen, and you're right, Salty. Friendly fire from Buchanan.
Yeah, bang, the point of the shoulder there from Buchanan.
Well, he's got that brace on, and it must be around the wrist. Not so much the hand, but more the wrist area.
I think it might be the forearm. That right forearm where Buchanan comes in, it's just sort of the shoulder goes straight onto that right hand, right arm, where it's actually strapped. So how much does this affect a guy like Fogarty, the player of the year up there? Does he take on more of an ownership now to steer the team around that his number 9's not there?
Well, they've got a great relationship, the hooker and the halfback. Big reason why they're playing today at the state championship. But what it does do, like you said, Sowie, it can force that responsibility onto Fogarty, but more so Pythian as well. And Pythian is a really good runner of the ball, so they might have to change on the run here.
So Pat Politoni coming from the field after just 2 minutes and 28 seconds of the state championship, and he is in all sorts of pain. As we said, he's had the green whistle on him to try to alleviate the pain, and the player who is about to come on the field is Matt Robinson. So you'd expect, that's as you mentioned, Sam Costa has gone to 9 occasionally through the season. So Matt Robinson coming from the field, or on the field, to replace Jamal Fogarty. There'll be play on here for Newtown. Toby Rudolph with his second hit up of the game. Last tackle here for the Jets. Kick from Trindle. Deja vu, the same as the first kick. Katoa looking to put pressure on the Burleigh player at the back, and another terrific kick chase from Militalo and Katoa.
Yeah, another good kick as well from Trindle. To be able to put that ball so high in the air, give your chasers time to get down there, and the discipline. You see a little shift here from Burleigh.
Something that they like to do to get out of trouble, the Burleigh Bears. They do have those big, hard forwards up the middle, but they don't mind going the early shift as well. Cut out Luke Page, go to Buchanan on that occasion. Strong charge and good defence though. Jason Bakuya in there along with Toby Rudolph. Brayley was there as well. Here's another kick from inside the 40. Drilled that one, Pythian. Kennedy goes to Katoa. Good chase from Burleigh, but good field position here for Newtown.
It's a nice kick from Pythian, but again, Sattler spoke about the positioning of Will Kennedy. He was alert that the kick was coming that way. He got it on one bounce, but a better defensive set. You feel like Burleigh have settled a lot better defensively than what Newtown have.
Jolie, 10 metres short of the halfway line. Consistent player, Jermaine Jolliffe. On the halfway line, the Jets.
They're throwing a lot of attention down Jamal Fogarty's side, that right-hand side for Burleigh. And what you've got to do is take Hayden Swash out of the equation. He's the one that protects the halfback defensively.
Kicking early, looking for open space. Curtis Rowe is up to it. Tries to get around the Newtown chasers, but it was a good kick into the corner, but he read it well, the Burleigh fullback.
Yeah, positionally been great to start this game. Has Rowe. I don't know if Katoa was alert to it there.
Hold on, here's a break, Anthony Don. Good defensive play there by Luke Polselli, just when the Don thought he was going to break free. Down to you, Alana.
Thank you, Salty. Just a quick update of the Bears hooker, Pat Politoni. We saw him leave the field. He did previously break that right forearm, and they suspect that he may have done the same thing. Unfortunately, his grand final's over for today.
It's a big shame for him. He's the first penalty of the game for Burleigh.
And you can see through their discipline with their defence, Burleigh, they've been able to get momentum back. A lot of hands on hips here for Newtown. So after starting well with a couple of good kick chases, now Burleigh have a golden opportunity to go down here and really put on some pressure against Newtown.
So Fogarty with the tap. It's their first venture down into Newtown's end of the ground. Robinson. Tackle 29 away. Luke Page. The captain for the Bears has been magnificent through the Intra-Super Cup finals. Buchanan. Little kick, looking for the in-goal area. Leary coming through. Katoa has it covered and does very well. Gets back in the field of play. Gets a pass to Mulitalo. Good chase there from Robert Davis. Brings him down. But that's good transitional play from Newtown.
Great vision from Fogarty to be able to put that kick through. But Sione Katoa, have a look at this. Calm as you like, goes back, retrieves the ball, and then twinkle toes out of the in-goal. See you later, and then picks up Mulitalo. I thought he was going the length. The pass was just behind him. Great work from Katoa.
Jolie will play it. Gulius. It's a nice pass out wide to Evans.
It's going to be interesting with Magulius when you're used to playing in the forwards and now being asked to play in the halves like he did last week. Sometimes you've got to try and get the right balance. Do I pass? Do I run? Do I kick? When you're not used to playing that position week in, week out.
The time he chose to run is Trindle, and high he goes again. Roberts Davis takes it well. Well, he's had the ultimate game day haircut, Tyron Roberts Davis. The long locks are gone. The barber left a little bit hanging there at the back too.
I'll go down and ask him if he can spare it for you. We might be able to get it after the game.
He's a tremendous athlete, the left winger.
Buchanan for the Burleigh Bears. And it is Sam Costa that has gone into the dummy half role for Burleigh. He's got a big motor on him, Sam Costa. Fogarty drifting. It's a pass away. Pythian to Rowe. Sammy Saluma. Good tackle. Ronaldo Mulitalo. Rowe to dummy half on the last. Pythian again. Drilling that one. It's a nice kick. Kennedy has to go back for it.
Great kick from Pythian. Just tilted the ball on its side. It started to go away from Will Kennedy. Made it hard along the ground to be able to pick it up. But both sides now starting to walk a little bit. That heat has kicked in. You see how physical Mulitalo is out on this right edge.
It's a great matchup. Both centres at the bottom of your screen. Saluma's so good on his feet for such a big man. He tries to position his winger really well. But Mulitalo's got to get up in his face and be aggressive.
Toby Rudolph. 11 players in the Burleigh Bears team have played in the NRL, but only one of them this season, that being Anthony Don. There's plenty of players in the Newtown side have played in the NRL this year. Greg Eastwood, the only member of the starting lineup that hasn't. Here's a nice kick, this time the other side of the field. Bolselli, he had a shot at it. He's put it down. And Burleigh will clean up here through Anthony Don.
Okay, no advantage from the knock. I'm going to come in a little bit. I got you, mate. Hand over here.
That time kicking to the left side for the first time this afternoon, Newtown. They've been kicking exclusively to the bottom of the screen.
Again, great kick chase from Newtown's edges. Boselli gets a one-on-one battle with Curtis Rowe. Had the run, just couldn't take it. Had support there as well. If you're Burleigh, you want to be able to get back and help diffuse those kicks. Fogarty needs to get back there. Your 2 and 3 men need to get back there and just provide a little bit of a foil for those wingers and those back three catching the footy.
Josh Burkers with a run for Burleigh. Here's Page. Good charge there from Luke Page. Oh, there's strong contact on Robinson. Good defence here from the Jets. No surprise to see it was Toby Rudolph with the initial contact. Greg Eastwood there on Jack Buchanan. Kick from inside the 40. Katoa is up in the line. It's a pretty good kick. Oh, it's more than a pretty good kick. It's a 40-20 from the Petro Sivanasiva medalist, Jamal Fogarty.
Tremendous vision, good awareness. And they played their hand early using Pythian early on in the game with the kicking, so all the attention is away from Jamal Fogarty, but really good awareness to look out to the right and then hook it back to the left. Well-timed kick, beautiful placement, and now they get some field position and put a little bit more pressure on this Jets side.
Yeah, he didn't overkick the footy. Realised he had the space, he had Katoa up, just needed to nudge it in the area, and now Burleigh get another set on Newtown's line.
Luke Page with the first hit up. Costed a dummy half. Options both sides for him. Goes out to the right. Pythian goes short on that occasion. The Newtown defence up to the task. Costed a dummy half. He'll get up and play it. Slowest play the ball. Here's Robinson. Good defence. Eastwood and Rudolph on that occasion. On Robinson. Costa gets a pass away to Schwass, and he's tackled 2 metres away from the line. Fogarty, Pythian, they're lining up. Rubber kick, Curtis Rowe is after it. Kennedy, well placed. He was just around the head, a high tackle. So inside the 10 offside, they're saying. I think it might have been for the high tackle, but offside penalty Newtown.
It's the second time they've tried this play where they go to the line. You can just see there, Rowe's half a yard in front. If you're Burleigh, for me, you want to be attacking the left-hand defence of Newtown. They've got Magoulias, Evans and Pulselli. They wouldn't have defended next to each other at all throughout this season. And you can see they're starting to come up and in. Fogarty needed the ball out the back. An opportunity missed for the Bears.
Jason Bakuya playing it. Jermaine Jolliffe now.
The game at the moment's at a stage where both sides are completing at 100%. They're just waiting for the game to open up a little bit. Who's going to shift the ball and chance their arm?
I think the first team that gets an offload and just breaks up that middle defensively.
Rudolph plays it. Here's Magoulias. Buchanan tried to put a big shot on him. He got away from him, and then Luke Page says, come here, and he puts him on his back. Brayley. Eastwood. He's one of the players out there that won't be afraid of trying an offload, especially in that situation, but they did well to wrap the ball up there. Last tackle, Trindle puts a little kick through. Tyron Roberts-Davis takes it well. Good positional play once again from the winger.
Again, a bit of a nervous kick there from Trindle. He'd been putting it up in the air. They've been getting results of their kick chase. You got Mulitalo and Katoa out here, fantastic leapers. You can see there. Second guesses his option with a kick, little half chip. They field it quite easily.
Another early kick from Fogarty. He's kicked into open spaces. Got a little bit of a run on it. Pulselli is back there. It's a good kick. Can he make the tackle now? Fogarty, he can. Well, that's good play from the Bears number 7.
How don't the Brisbane Broncos or the Gold Coast Titans have this 29-year-old on contract, Sats?
Yeah, it's a good question. He's always had really good control. Played first grade with the Titans a couple of seasons ago and still got a lot of rugby league left in him. If you look at the Cody Walker rule, 26-year-old, he still offers a lot to NRL clubs. Was with Parramatta. You can just see with the heat. They give away the penalty right now, but you can see with the heat, he knows that his side is struggling. He looks at their body language, but more importantly, he looks at the Newtown body language as well and tries to turn them round early in the tackle count.
That was one thing Newtown were trying to do today as we see Katoa get that penalty for the crusher. They wanted to be able to break even with this big forward pack of Burleigh. Let the heat take effect as they're getting, that'll be put on report.
Does that deserve a penalty?
It's on report.
What's a penalty?
Okay, it's a penalty to Newtown.
Really?
Crusher. Yeah, mate.
Oh,
Tore his neck off.
please.
Oh, if it was the other way around, you'd want him sent to jail if his New South Wales player doing it.
No.
Sam Thaiday in the commentary box going, yes, of course.
Good touch finder.
They had a lot of success with Mulitalo, with Will Kennedy. Haven't seen him get the ball attacking-wise. Sweeping to this right-hand side. Be surprised if they don't get a chance here
Doing the tackle.
to get Kennedy to get the footy.
Penalty for a strip here. Will Newtown be tempted to take the 2 or back-to-back penalties?
Well, they haven't had one set down, one full set. I think they just go on the run.
They will kick for touch.
You can see that Brayley hasn't really injected himself yet. Hasn't been asked to inject himself, but we're getting to that period of the game when he may sniff something out of dummy half.
Big opportunity here for the Jets. Jolie plays it to that man, Brayley. Trindle, Rudolph. Strong charge from Toby Rudolph. Good defence. Blake Leary initially down low, putting him on the deck. Now Brayley. Trindle! Good defence. Burleigh, just when we thought Braden Trindle was going to go straight through. Magoulias puts a kick in. Is it too big? Curtis Rowe has to play safety first because there's plenty of pressure on him. That's a dead repeat set coming for the Jets.
Yeah, good positioning by Curtis Rowe. One of his greatest assets is his positioning. Good desperate defence here by Pythian on the edges. Jams him when he has to. Magoulias comes up with the grubber, which we saw last week in the Canterbury Cup Grand Final as well. But Curtis Rowe knows that his defensive side, on the right-hand side especially, is going to get up hard in the face of Magoulias.
Stay on side!
I'd like to see Newtown have 2 shots down this right edge. Good drop out from Fogarty.
It's a fantastic dropout.
I'd like to see them have a shot, go back to the middle, get your numbers right again, then come back down this right edge. Try and get Mulitalo some one-on-one ball out here against his opposite. Try and get Katoa maybe coming back in on an angle. Give them 2 chances to be able to try and break down this Burleigh Bears defence.
Good charge there from Toby Rudolph. He's had a strong start to this game, the big number 8. And here is Greg Eastwood. 15 away now for the Jets. Brayley, Magoulias throws a dummy into the line. He's brought down 5 metres away from it. Good tackle, Matt Robinson. Penalty Newtown.
Got to get up.
I think you just keep going here if you're Newtown. Keep the pressure on. Greg Matterson wants the 2. Be up to the players.
I'd take the 2 just purely because they're coming up against a side. Well, both sides very good defensively.
Take the 2, mate.
They're taking the 2.
This heart must get to the hospital.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
Take the next left. You've got this, Katie.
With Holden, you got this.
So Braden Trindle about to, well, you think from here he'll have no problems adding the first points of the state championship for 2019.
No kicks a gimme, Salty. We saw poor old Drew Hutchison miss one pretty much same spot against Newtown in that knockout semi. So they're not all gimmies.
So here is Braden Trindle taking his time. Players will appreciate it in the warm conditions. And it is a 2-0 lead for the Newtown Jets. Now in 2 weeks, the Downer Rugby League World Cup Nines will hit Bankwest Stadium. Don't miss it, as 12 nations vie for the biggest trophy in Nines footy. Tickets are available right now from nrl.com/tickets.
I'm liking what Eastwood's doing. I'm liking what Rudolph's doing. They're starting to sneak their head through the other side of defence of Burleigh, but I like what Billy Magoulias is doing. I said earlier on, finding that balance, and he's actually found the balance early on in this game.
Well, off the back of Eastwood and Rudolph, Will Kennedy needs to be starting to get around and try and promote the ball there, try and get a bit of second phase, as you said, Sats. Here's Rudolph.
Deep kickoff there from Burleigh, and there's strong defence on Toby Rudolph. Oh, early call of held. He played a couple of metres inside the field of play. Good contest developing in the 6th edition of the State Championship.
There's a nice cloud cover that's just come over ANZ Stadium to take the heat out of the ground.
Matt Evans. Here's an early kick from Brayley. Rowe does well. Tracks across. He read that one well and got there quickly too, Curtis Rowe.
Well, you talk about fullbacks and how good they are positionally. Billy Slater would take that kick away from you. You know, that if that lands out and bounces out, it's a great kick. But because Rowe gets there on the full, Slater-esque, it takes 25 metres off the chase. Now they're coming into a good ball set. Great positioning from the Bears fullback.
Well, already Jamie into Jets territory. Go Burleigh through Josh Burkers. Page passing just before the line. Goes to Leary. Pythian down the short side. Last tackle here for Burleigh. Chance for an attacking kick. Fogarty puts it high. Marcelli underneath it, knocks it on. He was placed under a lot of pressure. He heard the footsteps coming.
That's the first mistake from both sides. Both sides have been 100% with their completions, and Newtown are the first team to blink.
Well, it's the experience of Anthony Don. He pushes Evans in to Pulselli, gets away with a call there. Pulselli still should have taken it. You just feel like since they've lost their hooker, Burleigh, they've just lost a little bit of direction in around the ruck. That's bringing Fogarty having to come in a little bit closer to over-direct the play. Pythian's gone a little bit quiet. He's not getting as organised for his last play options. I'd like to see him go middle here, straight back to Fogarty's side. Let him try and take on that left edge for Newtown.
All the possession with the Jets as we just saw, but here's Dylan Pythian. 8 metres away from the line. Big opportunity now for Burleigh. Trailing 2-0. Newtown in front. Luke Page on the charge. 2 away from the line. Cost of the dummy half. They look to go to the right, and then they turn one in on the inside. They're not all that far away from the line here, Burleigh. Only half a metre away. Fogarty throwing dummies, running Jamal Fogarty. Flicks a pass. Oh, wonderful ball. And Anthony Don will score the first try of the 2019 State Championship game here at ANZ Stadium. Wow, what a ball.
Well, we asked for Fogarty to stand up, and that's exactly what he's done on this occasion. They should have gone the ruck early, but fortunately enough, Costa gets a nice wide ball. Fogarty takes the line on, swash, really good combination, and it's just out on that left edge. It's Evans. It gets up ahead of Fogarty, and he attacks that, gets the ball free, and we see Anthony Don on so many of occasions during his NRL career is able to finish off those final touches.
Well, it's a little stutter step there at the start from Fogarty that just plants everyone from Newtown on that back foot. Evans continues to come up, get past the footy, and the razzle-dazzle from Fogarty, and Burleigh Bears will lead 4 points to 2.
Alana?
Well, the opportunity came to the Burleigh Bears when, unfortunately, Evans dropped the ball out wide, out on that edge, which we'll see here. The vision's going to come onto the screen now. The kick goes up. The pressure was on. Great kick chase. Both teams have had great kick chase pressure at times. That then gave the Bears the opportunity. And then Fogarty, who's been taking control over the Bears' attack, had that vision. We see him take the ball to the line. He's got plenty of pace. He skips out, and that beautiful flick ball out there to Anthony Don to finish it off for the first points. Well done to the Bears.
He's smooth across the ground, Fogarty, when he runs. He fakes well with the dummy on the inside. It's one of the trademarks with that combination with Schwash and also Fogarty, as that man Jamal Fogarty attempts the first for the Burleigh Bears here this afternoon.
It's a tough one for him from out wide, and he struck it pretty well, but it's across the face, no goal.
When we clock on, it's there, ready to squeeze the sweat from our burnt brows. While we're trying to earn our bacon, it's trying to turn us into it. Oh, but times are changing. Soon the sun will be working for us, because in 2020, VB will be brewed with 100% solar. So next time the sun is making you hot, just remember that it'll also be making you a cold one.
So 2-point lead now for Burleigh in the State Championship.
Yes, mate.
Leading 4-2. Here's Buchanan. Good tough start to this game. Page. One of the things that there have been intense start to the game, not a lot of stoppages, but we did have that big stoppage when Polatoni was injured, another when we shot a penalty goal, so both coaches just delaying going to their benches, which are a couple of interchanges, but Not many. There was an opportunity out wide there. Josh Burkers was in open space, but they couldn't get the ball to him. Now Newtown will have good field position.
Well, if you're Newtown, you need to make sure that you've got numbers across there. Every time they come to this left side, Burleigh, Fogarty's got the shape. You can see here, they're just at Billy Magoulias comes up and in. Evans doesn't follow this time after going up past the footy. And it's creating pressure in and around their 2 and 3 man. They come up with an error. They're lucky to get away with that one, Newtown, but geez, Fogarty could be in for an afternoon if they continue to leave space like that for him.
They feed the scrum here, Newtown.
How doesn't he have a contract with the Broncos?
Kennedy, 35 away from the line. Militalo to dummy half. Ronaldo Militalo. Saints fans will be looking to see plenty of him in the years to come. Gone beyond the horizontal here, so a penalty for Newtown.
You spoke about Blake Brayley. He was quiet last week in the grand final. If they're to win this afternoon, they need he and Trindle to get on the same page. With a makeshift 5'8" Magoulias, they need to be able to take control.
Here's Rudolph, 15 metres away from the line. Brayley, options both sides for him. They go to the left. Magoulias passes on that occasion to Wilton. One of the interchange players for the Jets. Magoulias inside to Rudolph. A little bit flat-footed when he got it, but there's the strength of Toby Rudolph. He's only a metre away from the line. Can they hit straight back here, Newtown? Trindle was placed under a heap of pressure from Luke Page. Used to seeing that regularly throughout the Intrust Super Cup season.
Yeah, terrific work here from Dylan Pythian. Curtis Rowe plays a huge role in this. But look at Pythian, he gets off the line. As soon as the ball's in the air, he adjusts. He doesn't adjust too early. Gets outside him, which is what you need to do if you're an edge defender. Get outside in, put pressure, coming out of the blind spot. And you see Braden Trindle at the last moment there, loses focus.
I said Luke Page, he just wishes he could have got there that quickly. Would have had the left the day before.
Would have been sniffing around there somewhere.
But we have seen him do it a lot during the season.
Stay there.
This time it was Dylan Pythian.
One player Newtown Jets fans would want to see get involved with the ball is Will Kennedy. So electric on his feet, being able to create 3-on-2s. Now they give away a penalty.
It's too slow.
You just get the feeling that Burleigh are starting to assert their strengths of winning that Queensland competition now. They're into a grind. Cloud covers come over them. They've got the best player on the field in Fogarty controlling things.
It's interesting also, guys, with Burleigh that they haven't had to rely on their feeder club, the Gold Coast Titans, for player each week. They've been able to work a really good combination amongst key players. And there has been a lot of adjustment throughout the year. Page, again, certified lunatic. He is.
Sammy Saluma. Too short of the halfway line. You'll use that as a badge of honour too. That's what you just said about Luke Page. So how are you aware of DJ Mo Fresh, his alter ego?
Yeah, I am. Found out about him at the residence game up there at Redcliffe.
Fogarty, Buchanan. Jeff Lynch on the field for Burleigh. Last tackle for them. Going to Fogarty. Oh, good. Little grubber kick. Well handled there at the back on that occasion there. Sally well positioned.
He's doing it with so much control, Fogarty. He's being allowed to go over that advantage line now, put in kicks wherever he likes. Here's Will Kennedy, one of the rare times he's touched the ball in the first half. Good run out of dummy half.
Let's go.
There's big Wes Lolo about to come onto the field for the Newtown Jets. Daniel Vasquez. Good run from him. They're on a bit of a roll here, Newtown. Well, more of a bit of a roll as Evans almost away. Josh Burkers with the tackle that had to be made. Last play, Brayley, little kick. It's off legs. Don knocks it on. It'll be 6 more tackles or 0 tackle here as Magoulias for Newtown. That is a game-changing moment there. The kick ricocheting off legs. Lolo, his first touch. 5 away. Big numbers to the right here for the Jets. They go that way. Trindle Wilton back towards the centre of the ground. He's trying to dance with them, looking for a gap in the defensive line of Burleigh. It's not there for him. Brayley now dummy half. They go down the left. Sorensen, good tackle, one-on-one. It was Josh Burkers who made it. Wilton, Magulius. Bakuya left it behind. It's been picked up here by Burleigh, and away they go. Dylan Pythian up over the halfway line. Here comes Militalo. Militalo and Pythian. He's going away from the chasers. Gets a pass on the inside, and Anthony Don will score a spectacular Burleigh Bears try against the run of play.
Well, they've absorbed so much pressure, haven't they, Burleigh, and turned defence into attack. And again, it's the left side pressure. They don't put any pressure per se, it's just the miscommunication between the right side attack. But again, it's the aggressive nature of Dylan Pythian. He adjusts when the ball's in the air, watches himself on the screen to see how close Mulitalo was coming to him, then positions Anthony Don, who does a great job from the right-hand side to make sure he's there in support of his 5'8". Again, the pass comes from Magulius, and then on to Trindle, and then he attacks Pythian. Gets into open space and again positions his winger beautifully.
Alana.
Great to watch him in full stretch. There hasn't been too much separating these two teams, but at the moment the Burleigh Bears, they just seem like they're taking those opportunities and they've got a little bit more punch coming at them. The Newtown Jets defence didn't seem urgent enough to really be chasing them, but at the moment the Burleigh Bears, they're ahead because they want it more.
Yeah, I agree. You talk about Anthony Don has run past the rest of the Newtown left-hand side. Bakuya, Ronaldo Mulitalo track back just in case. It was great work. I don't think if the big screen's there, he gets there. Mulitalo.
No, you're right.
He was taking 5 strides to Mulitalo's 1. He wasn't able to get there, but Burleigh, that's a heartbreaker for Newtown. They just look really disorganised inside that 20 with their attack, whereas the other end, Fogarty's controlling them nicely.
Fogarty from in front. Now Anthony Don, 2 tries this afternoon. And Jamal Fogarty has been leading the way as far as the game is concerned. Looking to establish an 8-point lead for Burleigh, with just a tick over 8 minutes left in the first half, and he adds the extras.
This heart must get to the hospital.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
Take the next left. You've got this, Katie.
With Holden, you got this.
Behind it!
So 10 points to 2, Burleigh in front.
Every time I'm with you two, Queensland, New South Wales, it's Queensland just wrist-holding the New South Wales players.
It's the case on this occasion.
You outnumber me in the commentary box, and now you've given it to me on the field.
We're all equal here, James.
I'm Switzerland in the middle. It's Burleigh with an 8-point lead. You just know that this latter stages of the first half is when the likes of Trindle and Kennedy will look to...
He's the one, Salty, you just mentioned, and so did Sowie earlier on. Kennedy is the one I think can break this open.
Fogarty, Curtis Rowe, backing away from Rowe. Just short of the halfway line. Last tackle here. Fogarty, who's placed under plenty of pressure there by Billy Magulius. Good field position here to start off this set for the Newtown Jets.
That was probably his worst kick of the afternoon. Fogarty getting himself on the wrong side, but their width and passing is troubling the Newtown defence, moving them from side to side. They've been able to roll over the front foot. Newtown waiting for some second phase. They need to try and pop the ball out the back just to try and break open the Bears' defence.
A little knock on there.
And we've got blood here. Do we want time out, mate?
Loose at the play the ball
Okay. Yeah.
from Daniel Vasquez.
there was a battle leading into this game I was really looking forward to, and it's again at the bottom of your screen. It's not Mulatalo and Sammy Saluma, but it's Blake Leary, who has played first grade with the Eagles, won a premiership with the Northern Pride in Cairns, who came down here and won the National State Championship, I should say, in 2014, up against the back row of Jason Bakuya as well. Now, Bakuya really hasn't injected himself at all in the first half.
So tonight, don't miss our live coverage of the NRL Grand Final as Ricky's Raiders look to complete their magical run and win their first title in 25 years. While the mighty Roosters look to send Cooper Cronk off with back-to-back premierships. The only place to see it, live and exclusive, right here on 9 from 6:30 tonight. Raiders fans in the stadium, Roosters fans as well. It's going to be a terrific atmosphere later on tonight.
In. Sam, in. Okay, time on.
And it is sold out, the grand final. So if you're heading to the area without a ticket, you just find a TV and watch it tonight on 9.
You come to the area without a ticket, you're not allowed in. You're sent back in.
Sold
you have
out.
to watch it.
Look, we've got all the stats here from both Middletons working with us today, but with the sellout, they're expecting to sell 120,000 cups of beer, 6,000 cups of wine, 25,000 buckets of chips. Here's a mistake.
Some chips would be nice up here right now.
Okay, yep. Okay,
maybe a couple of those 120,000 beers.
Sour, you would have one of the 8,000 plated corporate meals that'll be on offer.
Sounds a bit delicate for me, I think. I like the pies and chips, all the naughty stuff. It's a big set coming up for Newtown now. They just need to get back to what worked for them last week, which was running hard and some second phase to try and get some of their ball runners into the game. Trindle, Kennedy. We spoke about the battle. Well, the battle's been won by Burleigh on both edges with their back row. Leary's been outstanding on this left edge in a points battle against Bakuya. Pripian's been split.
A big cut there in the background. We'll have a look at it in just a moment as Lolo with a strong run here for Newtown.
The trainer's
will be time off here for
Stop
Dylan Pythian.
Trainer's asked for the game to be stopped. Tackle 3.
The Burleigh Bears have got on the bench Josh Rogers, who started the season in the 5/8 position. Former Titans under-20s player. Another friendly fire here with Semi Saluma.
That left elbow straight across the melon.
There's softer elbows you can run into as well. So it's opened him up. He'll have to come from the field anyway for an HIA, and it is Josh Rogers who will be coming on the field to replace Dylan Pythian. Former Knights. So Rogers coming on the fields. Played some junior football over in Western Australia with Josh Rogers. Five metres in the Burleigh territory. Newtown, can they score a try in the last 5 minutes of the half? Kennedy, pass behind Katoa, he does very well. And they thought he'd be able to get away from Sammy Saluma. Looking to come back down towards the short side on the last. Got a hurried kick away. Did Trindle. And here's Curtis Rowe. Perfect this afternoon as far as his positional play is concerned. Curtis Rowe. Oh, Tyron Roberts-Davis with a hospital pass there to Anthony Don, who did well to take that one in traffic.
Nothing good happens when wingers pass to wingers. Remember that one, Salty.
That's one thing you both will agree on.
Everyone in the commentary box is nodding their head. Nothing good happens when wingers pass to wingers.
It was a good run and also really good contact by the Newtown players, but Matani's feet leave the ground. And again, it's one of those relieving penalties. Right before halftime, good run and great contact there. Young Brayley
Well, their ill-discipline in defence has matched their attack. They've gotten down, they've looked rushed, disorganised inside the 20, and every time they've felt like they've started to build some pressure, Burleigh have been let off with a penalty, and now Fogarty short side. You get the feeling like they're just way on top at the moment. Newtown wanting to get in this half-time break with limited damage.
Schloss, there's a pass there to Noema Matenga. And the change forward for the Burleigh Bears. Good attacking platform again here for Burleigh. 21 away from the line. Rogers plays it. Here's Rowe. Leary, good defence on Blake Leary. And there's the mistake. Ronaldo Mulatalo does well.
Leave it.
There's not much in this after it.
Walk back.
Good stuff there from the Jets centre.
Righto, boys, got to work it in.
And that's what they need. When you're not winning the battle with the ball in hand, you need to change the momentum of the game through your defence. And that's what Mulatalo has done on a couple of occasions now. Tyrone Roberts-Davis, the winger, the left winger, he took offence to something that Mulatalo has done after the tackle was completed. Gets out of the line, adjusts beautifully, Mulatalo. There we go, headbutt to the chin. That's what he's... Not much in it. Play on.
Good pressure from...
Well, maybe that's what Newtown need, boys. Yeah, they've looked flat throughout the first half in periods, and now maybe that little shot before half-time, if they can go down here and maybe jag a try or just get some offload, get some excitement.
Well, hang on. I think the bunkers had a look at what happened.
Yep.
And...
Okay, guys, we're going to have a penalty.
Okay.
Ronaldo out there, mate.
Really?
You're over there, mate.
My daughter's 11 months. She's headbutted me harder than that. And that's saying something. I couldn't take a punch or anything.
Yeah, I didn't think the tackle that Brayley put on Matenga, I didn't think that warranted a penalty either. So there's a couple of tough calls, I think, against Newtown.
Okay, in that push and shove over there, okay, he's led with the head and made contact. It's on report, and you're in the bin.
Oh, wow.
Because he's led with the head and struck out
so
of the way,
Ronaldo Mulatalo
off
to the sin bin. And we'll see him back in the 48th minute.
He headbutts him in the chest.
Well, they're saying the intent, and that's why they're going to sin bin him. Again, I don't agree with it. The ball had already hit the ground. The play had already been called a knock on. But this is a huge moment in the game, especially only a couple of minutes out from half-time.
Well, if you're Burleigh now as your half, you get Fogarty. He just stays on this left-hand side. Make them adjust defensively. This is huge in the context of the game for Newtown.
Well, one of their key parts of attack throughout the year has been Blake Leary down the left-hand side. He's very good with the ball.
15 metres away from the line here, Burleigh, with a one-man advantage. Schwass with a good run. 6 away. Billy Magoulias with a good tackle. Here's Fogarty. Noema Matenga.
Just loading up now, Pete. Both sides of the ruck, but looks like they're going to come to their left.
And that's exactly where they go. Rogers, quick kick for Rowe. Kennedy does well. Curtis Rowe was flying out after it. It was a beautiful kick. And we will have just enough time for the dropout.
Well, that's the third kick early on in the tackle count, then this left-hand side. And what I think they're just trying to play their hand. It's a nice poker face here from Burleigh. Let's see if they come down the left-hand side, shape to kick, go through the hands, and see if Newtown don't come up as hard and hold their ground.
What's the problem? It's after the clock.
Here is the dropout with 33 seconds remaining. It's a long one. Burleigh might have one or possibly two more plays after this return. Fogarty to pass away.
Magoulias again getting himself up in no man's land.
10 seconds left in the half. Fogarty drifting. Rogers, Rowe, Curtis Rowe gets a pass away. Sammy Saluma puts it down. Kennedy has it. Halftime siren sounds. We He's tackled there, Kennedy, 10 metres into the field of play. And an entertaining first half of the state championship comes to an end. 10 points to 2. The Burleigh Bears, the Intrust Super Cup winners, in front of the Canterbury Cup winners, the Jets.
Newtown is coming. Hear the bluebags humming. Newtown.
Daycorp is a well-respected development and construction company that is committed to excellence in everything that we do.
When Daycorp started in 1999, our first project was actually in Albert Street, Newtown. So when we came up with the name Daycorp and we're looking for a colour or something, and obviously being in Newtown, the blue and white, the Daycorp blue and white came from Newtown Jets blue and white. We had an office at Petersham, so we did a fair bit of work around Newtown, Marrickville, St Peters, but the Daycorp connection was truly because of the amount of work we did in the Marrickville municipality at that time. And that's our colours, Newtown Jet colours.
Over the past 20 years, we have earned a reputation for delivering outstanding projects in great locations all across Sydney. With our ongoing sponsorship of the Newtown Jets, Daycorp continues to be a strong part of our community. This year, Daycorp has started work on another great project in Petersham. The siding is an exciting new development that will provide a vibrant new home for the Petersham RSL Club and its members, as well as 357 new stylish residential apartments. This great project is just another great example of Daycorp's commitment to strengthening communities and delivering beautiful homes in great locations.
Let's keep the Jets flying!
Daycorp is a proud sponsor of the Newtown Rugby League Football Club, and they're on board to help keep the Jets flying in 2020. Support those who support the Jets.
Down to you, Erin.
Thank you very much, Peter. There's not much in it at all, so don't go anywhere. Halftime is coming up next with Alana Ferguson and Jamie Soward. Welcome back to ANZ Stadium. The crowd is certainly building. They're expecting 75% green. Won't that look amazing? Over 82,000 sold out for the big one this evening. The Raiders taking on the Roosters. But before that, it is only half-time in the State Championship. So it's back up to you, Peter Pasoltis.
Thank you very much, Erin. And yeah, what a terrific vibe there is right around, not only inside the stadium, but as we just saw outside as well. Those inside certainly enjoying what we're seeing as far as a good contest in the state championship. An 8-point lead for the Bears as we see Scott Sorensen, Jamie, bringing out Newtown. They've got some work to do in this second half.
Yeah, they do, don't they? They need to come out and be nice and physical, try and get some second phase to break down this Burleigh defence. But as I said at half-time, Sats, they just look disorganised when they have the ball, and it's always hard to win those big games when you're trying to make it up on the run, that you don't have plays that you feel comfortable with. Every time Burleigh have got the ball, they've got shape. They look like they can shift the ball out of trouble. They all look like they know what they're doing, but Newtown just a little bit rattled here this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. You just got to get back into the grind, roll the sleeves up and use your key players and those key combinations. The player that I look to for Newtown, Jason Bakuya, he's the one that's got to inject himself. When we see him play NRL for Cronulla week in, week out, he's very good on the angles, comes back and uses his footwork, and that is where the asset's going to be for the Newtown Jets.
Oh, what a great sight that is.
There's a lot more
centre of the rugby league world today, ANZ Stadium, looking an absolute picture.
I reckon it's 90-10. There is heaps more Raiders fans out here. When you look across, you can see that lime green everywhere.
He's everywhere, all right. Here's the second half underway for the State Championship. Burleigh with first use of the football. Lost their hooker, Jamal Fogarty, in just the second... Pat Politoni it was. Lost their hooker, Pat Politoni, just the second minute of the game. Ronaldo Militalo will be missing for the first 8 minutes of the second half. Sammy Saluma breaks free. That's where Militalo would have been defending. It's a good tackle in the end from Jason Bakuya. Pythian, he's passed his HIA. He's had his head strapped. Jeff Lynch, part of the premiership winning team in 2016 for Burleigh. 7 members from that team still here in 2019. Katoa takes that kick well. And Leary wraps him up 5 metres away from his own line. Good set of 6 there from the Burleigh Bears.
Yeah, nice set straight out of the half for Burleigh Bears. Went down that right-hand side. You can see no Mulitalo. They've made a change defensively. They've got Ferris on. Here's an offload. Ferris onto this left-hand side, Boselli off.
And here's a pass over the top. And away they try to go through Ferris. First offload of the game, I think that one was for Newtown. Here's Lolo. 8 metres in the Burleigh territory. Brayley goes short. And there's a one-on-one strip, but it'll be 6 more here for Newtown. It is 0 tackle. Lolo goes to dummy half. Here's Wilton. 31 away. Trindle. Lolo, Magulius. Good defence, Burleigh. In the 12-man Jets score their first try of the game. They're trailing by 8. They're 15 away here. Brayley just held up the pass. Magulius, Trindle, Kennedy puts a kick in for Katoa. But Curtis Rowe again beautifully positioned for Burleigh. They'll get a repeat set here in Newtown, but it was good positional play from the Burleigh Bears fullback.
Well, he diffused it quite easily. You can see there's no fluency when they shift the ball. It's a bad miss over there by the Sam Suliami. But Will Kennedy comes up with a kick because that's how the only way they feel like they're going to break them down. If you're going to have Billy Magulius play 6, you need a dominant number 7 that's going to swing both sides, organise the plays, be nice and vocal. You feel like Trindle needs to start to take that ownership of the side.
Daniel Vasquez. 31 away. There's Lolo. Doing well wrapping up the ball. Noma Matenga there for the Bears. Brayley. Vasquez.
You just see Brayley starting to get out of dummy half and engage the markers.
Brayley. Trindle goes to Lolo. He was looking out the back, went flat to his big man. They had numbers out wide there. Newtown. Brayley. Magulius inside to Kennedy. He drifts across field. Kennedy gets a pass away. Going from one side to the other. Katoa still going across field, then slips over. Last tackle here for Newtown. Trindle, can he get a good kick away into the line? Grubber kick, and it's been fielded here by Fogarty. Look out, up over the 40, the halfway line. Here comes the cover. Kennedy out after him. He positions Tyron Roberts-Davis. Still Kennedy. Great tackle, was it? He gets to the line. Tyron Roberts-Davis will go to the bunker. But has Tyron Roberts-Davis scored? Or has Will Kennedy produced one of the great try-saving tackles? It looks as though it's the former in Tyron Roberts-Davis getting the ball over the line.
And again, it's the urgency of the Burleigh's defence, but I think he's held him up here, maybe Kennedy, on the naked eye. He has too. I don't think the ball's hit the ground there. Tremendous chase by the fullback. And they were guilty of not chasing across the entire field with the try to Anthony Don in the first half. Tries to let momentum take him over here, Tyrone Roberts-Davis, and Kennedy has done a tremendous job to hold him up.
That's awesome. Will Kennedy, that could have decided the match right there. He just kept chasing. Opposite to the first half where they conceded that try. No one chased back. Now you see Newtown, 3 players. Is it a double movement?
Well, the ball actually hits the ground first and foremost, and he does try and advance it, Tyrone Roberts-Davis.
It's gone up a try.
I don't think he gets it down anyway. Look at the left arm too of Kennedy's right arm.
So has that saved it from a penalty though?
He'll probably play the ball. Yeah, Graham Annesley.
The left hand of Will Kennedy gets underneath the ball and the ball remains up. We have a decision.
Wow.
Well, Graham Annesley is actually looking to try and change some of the interpretations, and that is one of them for 2020, whereas if you do advance the ball, the momentum is still taking you over the try line. It should be a try, but nonetheless, the defence of Will Kennedy absolutely outstanding, but they'll still get another opportunity here and a full set of 6.
Yeah, it is only tackle 1 here for the Burleigh Bears.
Tackle 1!
Sats, I'm trying to recall, have you seen any great try-saving tackles on grand final day in that corner of the ground? Any that come to mind over the years?
We talked about it in the footy show. They couldn't have thrown up a couple of my tackles. I only made about 10. Any of them. And Brad Fittler, the great Brad Fittler, is standing in the commentary box. You mind your P's and Q's when you're in New South Wales, mate?
I just got a clip over the ear then for that one. Apologies, Mr. Fittler. Here's Burleigh 5 metres away from the line. That's told me to say it. Here's Costa. Now they're 5 metres away through Lynch. Last tackle here for Burleigh. Little kick, and it's been cleaned up here by the Jets. They've done very well. Good defence from Newtown. They're hanging in there now through Katoa.
That's great work by Newtown. They get back. Will Kennedy makes a special play in this grand final. And that could keep them right in this game. You felt 16-2 might be too much, Sats, but 10-2, a play like that, that can really change momentum. Now here's Wilton.
They just won't go away, Newtown, and that's why they're here today.
And they're only 2 minutes away from having Ronaldo Militalo back out on the field. They haven't conceded. Here's a kick. It's from outside the 40. Curtis Rowe again tracks across, takes it well, tries to get away from McGurlius. He does well. Bit of help in the end too from Sorensen.
Yeah, he just plugged that one down, but Curtis Rowe's position has been outstanding all afternoon. And they'll get another good set here, another good set end coming up for Burleigh.
Schwass. This, of course, Hayden Schwass. His brother Daniel Schwass will be refereeing the NRLW Grand Final later on this afternoon. And then we go from Tasman Gray, who'll be playing in that Grand Final, to Jordan Rapana in the NRL Grand Final. So brothers and sisters and brothers all over the place. As Burker's into open space. Anthony Don. What a take from the Don. He scored 2 tries this afternoon. Tries to set up Fogarty. And now was that off Jamal Fogarty's legs? We're going to go to the bunker. Fogarty claiming a try right next to the post.
This is the ugliest try in rugby league history, but it's tremendous work by Fogarty. The call is going to go up try. They had the best view, the on-field officials, but it's Fogarty that throws a beautiful cut-up ball to Burkers, as Burkers hits a beautiful line, but the pass out to Anthony Don was no good. We saw last week Jack Whiten for the Canberra Raiders score a try much like this. It doesn't look like it touches the hands at all. He's got great presence of mind, comes off the foot, he kicks it a second time. This would be the best angle.
Does not touch the hand of Jamal Fogarty, then comes off his boot, it goes forward. It's play on at this stage.
Great awareness also to continue pushing through and challenging the ball. It's fortunate enough to come off the upright, and Fogarty's the first man to the ball.
Here's the put down.
Great work.
Oh, try.
Jamal Fogarty picks the ball up cleanly and grounds the ball. We have a decision.
Well, it's great work from Fogarty, but again, this left edge for Newtown struggling to read every time they come down here with the play. You talk about Burkers running the hole. It was left from Ferris, who came up touching it air, and Fogarty extends the lead for Burleigh Bears.
Alana.
Burleigh Bears are just making easy yards. The Newtown Jets, they're hanging off, they're waiting to see what they do, but this catch there, Anthony Don between the legs, that was a try saver in itself. Not a great offload, but they were able to recover, as you guys said, plenty of push around the ball and support. Look at this catch. Wait for it. How do you get that? That's basketball in action. I love it. And they finished it off well. Just numbers supporting. They look like they want it more out there, the Burleigh Bears.
That's something your man, who's been here this week from the Boston Celtics.
Hey, you refer to him as his real name, the truth, Paul Pearce.
Paul Pearce.
He's here today hanging out with our legend of our own, Jonathan Thurston, of course. So, talk about the catch. That's a rank pass. 2-on-1. Get the job done. Don't worry about the catch.
Jamal Fogarty trying to convert his own try to extend Burleigh's lead, and he adds the 2.
This heart must get to the hospital.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
Take the next left. You've got this, Katie.
With Holden, you got this.
Extraordinary try, and as we have the kick-off, we're back on 13 v 13. Ronaldo Militalo back out on the field. Making that tackle there on Matt Robinson.
Can we just appreciate how bad that pass was and how well Anthony Don did? And then Anthony Don's gone, I've just caught this horrendous pass. I'm going to throw one at Fogarty's feet, and we're going to come up with a try assist. That's a try assist from Anthony Don. That's ridiculous. I told you, wingers shouldn't pass the footy.
The same try assist as Benji Marshall in 2000.
Oh, well, you talk about memories. Talk about memories. That's one for Anthony Don for sure.
Luke Porcelli.
Evans there. Porcelli's
now,
off, and Ferris came up with that bad read, just a lazy read to be able to let Burkers go through. You just feel like Newtown don't get points soon. Burleigh could rack up a score here this afternoon.
Jackson Ferris plays it. Katoa. A lot of players with their back to the play for Newtown. Vasquez. He never stops trying, Daniel Vasquez. Look at him there, fighting in the tackle. Oh, the call of hell came, and the Burleigh player was in pretty late there. Surprised it wasn't a penalty for Newtown.
You see an exposed rib cage. That's green light as a penalty here to Newtown. As Sammy Saluma came in from that left-hand side and really shut down the potential overlap there for Newtown. But now they get another set of 6. And as I said earlier on, they just continue to stay in the grind.
Well, the key interchange just been made by Newtown with Toby Rudolph back out there. It is 13 v 13. Jermaine Jolliffe as well.
Burleigh need to get Jack Buchanan out there. A real hard-working front rower, just to tie up the middle.
Trindle to Rudolph. Toby Rudolph, 10 metres away from the line. And they score a try here, Newtown, to get themselves back in it. Brayley, Magulius, Trindle, good defence. Oh, an offload as well. Kennedy dancing with them. No gaps in the Burleigh defence on that occasion. Brayley skips out a dummy half, gets a pass away, trying to back the way over the line. In fact, almost getting over the line there was Jolliffe. Now Magulius. Here's a chance. Well, they're running out of room. The Burleigh defence, no holes there for them.
I always found when you had a makeshift 5'8", the message needs to be go direct. Billy Magulius, go direct. Have everyone else go direct. When you try and put on the plays that they'd normally have with Jack Williams there, you can see Burleigh just read that nice and easy. Burkers throws Sorensen out, and their attack fizzles out quite easily.
Really predictable. Really easy for Burleigh to number up either side of the ruck. And again, Curtis Rowe comes into play there as well with his communication. But Newtown, they didn't have a lot of bodies in motion. It didn't look like there was anyone urgent enough to look like they were going to come either side of the ruck.
Ball in.
Now stay tuned for this, the 2019 NRLW Grand Final, as the Broncos look to win back-to-back premierships, while the Dragons aim to cap off a big year with their maiden women's title. Catch all the action right here on 9, following this game we've got here now, the State Championship. Good last week, the Dragons in leading the Roosters at the standalone game at Leichhardt Oval. A good NRLW Grand Final coming up.
Won't be too popular with the Dragons fans. I think the Broncos will go back-to-back there, Salty.
Schloss. You can tell by the... not 100% sure about. Yeah, it'll be a good game. I don't think it'll be too much in that one. Ali Brigginshaw and the like up against Jess Surges. That's a good take from Will Kennedy. And does very well to break the initial tackle. It's a pass away to Katoa, and he's wrapped up. Mulatalo. 8 short of halfway, penalty Newtown.
17 pulled it out.
The man that's finding touch right now, Trindle, he needs to either grab this game by the hands or it's going to get away from them. Needs to be able to start running the footy, organised, try and get Will Kennedy, try and get Mulatalo. Even if you turn him under early, get him to touch the footy. He was so damaging last week, he's had no opportunity this afternoon. Lack of push already. You see that lack of push from Sorensen. They're waiting for the next play, Newtown.
22 away. Good defence, Hayden Schross. Now Trindle. Kennedy. Nice pass. Mulatalo to Katoa! Wow! Sione Katoa! Spectacular!
Okay, Ash. Tackle 3. Have a try. Just confirm he grounds the ball.
Oh, he did all right.
Oh, too easy, Sione Katoa. Look at this, up to Daisy. Oh, that's awesome.
Sione Katoa jumps from the field of play and grounds the ball in the end goal. We have a decision.
He's going to score the try. If he actually just put the foot down, he would have walked it around. But Sione Katoa, the amazing talent these wingers have, the finish, great work. And can that put Newtown back in it?
Well, have a look. Coming up in just a moment, we've got corner post cam, which is going to look sensational. Looks good from behind the goal as well. We've just got a message from Sydney Airport and wanted to know what that was flying around ANZ Stadium. Have a look at this.
Great work, great athleticism. We've got 2 wingers who now, in Anthony Don, the way that he's been able to finish so many tries in his career, and now this young man, Sione Katoa, finishes off an absolutely beautiful right side play. They finally got some structure. They had some bodies in motion. They asked some questions and able to get the overlap on that left-hand side defensively, which is Saluma.
Trindle from out wide. Looking to make it once again an 8-point ball game. Goes across the face, no goal.
I said, wake up, Sydney. You got the moon man in the morning.
At Medibank, we feel you should be rewarded for looking after yourself. So now, eligible members can earn rewards with the new Live Better app, like a gift card or savings on their health cover. Search Medibank Live Better to download the app today and find out how.
So a big moment, the 54th minute of this state championship. I'm not allowed to mention it, am I? The game was your tackle?
Oh.
Here's Rudolph.
Sorry, Freddie.
As you can see, I'm not participating in any of this conversation.
Let's just have a look at this again.
Great vision.
Fantastic. Mulatalo. Bit of self-belief now, Jamie, about Newtown.
Yeah, it could be a huge moment. You feel like that's got a little bit of pep in the step for Newtown. Mulatalo, a strong carry. He's grabbing at that left knee, though. Can they go back-to-back here and get some momentum?
Billy Magulius. Pass goes behind Ferris. Last one here for Newtown. It's been a good set of 6 after that spectacular try from Katoa. Have another opportunity here as... Oh, wow. Great take. Tyrone Roberts-Davis. Outstanding.
He's a tremendous athlete, this young man. Contracted to the Titans as a very young man. Still only 21 years of age. That's some NRL clubs inquire throughout the week in relation to Tyrone Roberts-Davis.
Have any Queensland clubs inquired about Jamal Fogarty? Do the Queensland clubs need a halfback? Because I reckon I've found one. He's 25. He's a reigning player of the year in that competition up there. I think he should be given a chance, Sats.
Oh, you're preaching the converted here.
Rogers. Last tackle here for Burleigh. Kick there from Fogarty. Katoa coming across. It's away from Sammy Saluma. If he gets away here, open space in front of him. Not held, gets a pass away. Kennedy, they're backtracking here, Burleigh. That's good stuff there from Katoa, and then Will Kennedy.
You can see why. He used to be a breakdancer, Sione Katoa. That was outstanding. He somehow got out of there, and now they'll play the ball 40 out. Another good set. You feel like they're slowly working themselves into this game. They're starting to get some offloads. Here's Rudolph. Again, straight down the middle. Over 100 metres for him already this afternoon.
Brayley. Now Trindle into the line and passing. Didn't see a lot of that. Now we get an offload. Joliffe. Billy Magoulias. The captain, Sorensen. There's a gap there for Sorensen. Rogers wraps him up. That's out the back. It'll be play on here for Newtown. Ferris, 10 away from the line. Evans to dummy half. Magoulias, Wilton. Now Trindle goes to Kennedy. Kicks for Katoa, but it goes into touch.
That's twice now. Kennedy has been able to skip on the inside of that edge defender, Sammy Saluma. Instead of using his speed and backing himself and developing that overlap, you'll see it here, the wide angle. Gets the ball, skips inside. Just take off and use your speed and see what happens in the end. It's the right idea, but the execution has been poor on 2 occasions now.
Yeah, he just had to take off, back himself. You see straight away, escapes the tackle of Saluma and can't come up with the right option. It felt like that could have been a huge turning point. If they were able to score there, Newtown, it's game on. But he just panicked, didn't he? Just panicked, open spaces, and now Mulitalo's limping around.
You picked it up a few minutes ago that he came out of a tackle with a knock.
We had a strong carry over there and just may have clashed knees, but Newtown, plenty of time left in this grand final. They did it last week. They looked like they were going to be beaten all ends up, then got a penalty, and all of a sudden the magic of Magoulias happened.
So Burleigh now with Curtis Rowe, strong defence from Newtown. Seth, you're mentioning Tyrone Roberts-Davis before. What is his position? Is it on the wing, full-back?
I think he's in the modern game as a winger. One of those really big outside backs that can come and take a lot of work off the forwards. Could have got a little bit more involved here today, but a couple of big plays he's come up with throughout this game. They've worked in the Burleigh favour as Luke Page has come back on the field with the starting front row, Jack Buchanan.
That time he found Jeff Lynch as well. Here's Blake Leary. There, look at Toby Rudolph.
Yeah, Toby Rudolph, fantastic. Here's Page again, but great work from the big front rower, and Jolliffe as well. So getting through plenty of work, and now a turnover here for Newtown.
A big opportunity here for the Jets. Rudolph, another strong charge. Add an extra 10 metres to that 137 that he's made already this afternoon. Played big minutes in the first half. Here's Magoulias, Ferris. Brayley goes to Magoulias. Now Trindle, Kennedy, Militalo. So much of their attack starts. Katoa inside to Kennedy. Good defence. Got a player down in back play.
It's Hayden Swash.
Tackle 3.
Really good tackle.
Yes, okay.
It was on Jackson Ferris, but it looks as though it's either a sternum injury or a shoulder injury. There's a good one-on-one tackle on the big outside back. Here it is here. I don't know whether he gets the knee. He does too, right in the sternum.
Oh, Craig Smith carry.
The big knee lift here.
Well, the bunker, surely they can't call that back.
Well, we've seen in the NRL players that have been this year have been penalised for using it as a weapon.
Well, the referees are moving into position here, so looks like it's going to be.
If this is a penalty, Sowie and Salty, this is a huge moment in the game.
But
it's on report, okay, and it's a penalty to Burleigh.
Two decisions that they would not have called all year because we don't have the bunker from week to week. We get the bunker on the biggest day and they're overusing it. Just play on.
Are we still in 2, ref, mate?
Yeah, we'll go back to 1 for a little bit.
A penalty here for the Burleigh Bears. Jackson Ferris, the player penalised.
All good, trainer. Time on here.
And he's a key player too, Hayden Swash.
So if he stayed down, he should have to go off. Is that right? If he stayed down, then he's too hurt to get back in the defensive line. He should have to go off and be assessed.
He's coming off now.
Well, that's good.
he's coming from the field. Now in 2 weeks, the Downer Rugby League World Cup Nines will hit Bankwest Stadium. Don't miss it, as 12 nations vie for the biggest trophy in Nines footy. Tickets are available right now from nrl.com/tickets.
We always look at the flashy players, the halfbacks, the hookers, the ones that create a lot of the momentum, but it's Swash's defence on the right-hand side that's really locked down Newtown on a number of occasions here this afternoon.
You're in the middle!
He said he was coming off, Sats. He stayed on.
Yeah, he was about to come off. Had the interchange card ready for him. It is a mistake from Burleigh, so it didn't lead to much anyway. It was Newtown will get the scrum feed just inside their own half. Jamie, one player that we've seen a lot throughout the year, he's a vital member of this Newtown team, Billy Magoulias. You expect to see him a lot for the Sharks in 2020?
Yeah, I think he'll benefit from having another pre-season with that top squad, and certainly with Paul Gallen. Yep, retiring, that 13 position will be open with the way Graham moves in the middle. And now turnover again from Newtown.
And Ferris puts it down as a double knock on there as it hit the arm of Jamal Fogarty. So scrum feed coming for Burleigh. There is Paul Gallen in the crowd. He'll be preparing to take on Barry Hall very soon too, and another boxing bout for him. Sitting next to John Morris there is Paul Gallen.
10 seconds. Okay, heads in. Head in, Sam. Sam, ball in, Jamal.
Supporting the Jets.
Out.
Pythian. Curtis Rowe for Burleigh. Played here in a under-20s grand final for the West Tigers. Curtis Rowe. Blake Leary.
Toby, let him out!
That was in 2012. A loose pass picked up here by Schwass. Just inside the Jets territory. Now Buchanan for Burleigh. Good run from Jack Buchanan. Sam Costa, dummy half, goes to Luke Page. Stints with the Dragons and the Canberra Raiders. Fogarty, that's off legs, they're saying. Played at, are they? But it doesn't matter. It's been picked up here by Ferris. Ferris has got it. He's going to go away and score a try here. Jackson Ferris.
Are we checking this?
Newtown, right back in it in the state championship.
Time out.
Final.
Video referee, we're on tackle 1. We have a try. Can we just confirm that he's behind it when they play the ball, please?
Yeah, I think it'll be all good for Jackson Ferris, and both sides now have had opportunities to go the length. Oh, he's 10 metres behind. Too easy. Magoulias, I knew he'd be a part of something, Salty.
The ball comes off the foot of Billy Magoulias. Jackson Ferris is behind him. It is play on. He cleanly gains possession.
Well, Ferris picks it up.
And Jackson Ferris grounds the ball in goal. We have a decision.
So try awarded, and if we have a look as well, or will be awarded. Concern for Josh Rogers in the back play as well. You see, I think the sniper might have got him in the chase. But the try awarded here for Jackson Ferris. Here come the Jets.
Yeah, Trindle will throw this one over, you would think. 16-12. Game back on. Great work.
And it's waved away, no goal.
Yes!
Tired of redness, burning and sore skin from shaving? Introducing the new Gillette Skin Guard. The revolutionary technology takes pressure off the blades to help stop skin irritation. Gillette Skin Guard.
Jackson Ferris, the try scorer.
Stay on side.
For the Newtown Jets. 6-point ball game. 17 minutes left.
Well, you can see the tide starting to turn in favour of Newtown, and Burleigh have allowed them to get back into the game just through silly errors, simple errors as well. But this Newtown side, they've played week in, week out through the finals. They're used to this style of rugby league also.
And finishing 7th in the competition in New South Wales. You know, they had to be in battles. They played against the best teams 4 weeks in a row. And now both sides have had a little bit of luck this afternoon and converted off the back of that. Pythian being able to pick up Don, and now Ferris streaked away off a deflection from Magulius.
How big of a player is that Will Kennedy save on Robert?
Huge.
Now he can do some work offensively, although it just all comes unstuck there for Newtown.
Really good work here from the left side defence, and it's Tyrone Roberts-Davis that adjusts perfectly when Sammy Saluma does. They go out to the right-hand side. Saluma commits just there, but he knows that Tyrone Roberts-Davis, he has to come in and shut it down. If he doesn't, it could be a possible another 4-pointer at the other end of the field. So great work by the left winger.
Well, I would look at the attack. I understand the defence was good read by Tyrone Roberts-Davis, but the attack there needed to be better from Newtown.
Down to you, Alana.
The Jets starting winger Luke Pacelli actually did his right knee, so he's in there in the crowd sitting behind Gal. They suspect it's his medial, so that's why he's not out there at the moment.
Thanks, Alana.
Well, that was that fourth change at half time. We weren't sure what was going on. Seeing Williams, but does Fogarty knock over a point here, Sats? It's never too early.
Yeah, you start getting into that period of time, don't you, that if you don't want to give away a 7-tackle set, but you've got to back yourself on one steal, another turning point.
Rudolph with the strip. That's a big moment of the game as Burleigh were looking to build. Here's Jason Bakuya. Of course, played on NRL Grand Final Day in 2016 with the Sharks. And they beat the Storm that night. Newtown, the team with all the momentum at the moment, trailing by 6. Brayley, Magulius, almost got an inside pass away, thought against it. Wise move in the end. Here's the last for the Jets. Sorensen, poor pass and knocked on.
All right, change it.
So poor pass there from dummy half. You can't blame Toby Rudolph for that one.
No, definitely not. You have a look at Rudolph's stats this afternoon. 20 tackles, 176 metres. He's been outstanding. You can't expect him to pick this one up off the bootlaces. Poor pass from Sorensen. And when you're chasing points and you've got all the momentum, Sats, you need to be able to convert those last play options to keep the pressure on.
I think the message from both coaches is quite simple. Complete the next 3 to 4 sets of 6, you win the game. Build a really good platform. Let the other side make the mistakes. Let the other side try and play for the win, where just get composed, stay patient, just get through your sets and get the kicks away. At least if you're getting the kicks away, you're giving yourself a chance to make the opposition come from the wrong end of the field. At the moment, both sides are coming up with really poor errors late in the game.
Greg Matterson, the coach, is down.
Time on. Play the ball.
Next to the bench.
Hold.
Big finish coming up. The first of 3 games on NRL Grand Final Day.
Square! Hold!
It is officially a sellout tonight here at ANZ Stadium.
14, get out!
NRLW final coming up very shortly. Broncos v Dragons. And then it is the Roosters up against Canberra from 6:30 tonight. Schwass plays at the Costa. Fogarty going down a short side. Little step there from Fogarty. It almost opened up for him. Sorensen did well defensively for Newtown. Rogers puts a kick. It's fielded here by Katoa. And he gets away, Katoa. Good run from him.
Just starting to tire through the middle now. Oh, offload kills them. I was just starting to tire and come through the middle now, Newtown. Now this gives Burleigh a chance. If you're Fogarty, the next points could win. I just knock it over when you get a quick play the ball. Right now, just step up and put it over.
Buchanan. Good run from Jack Buchanan. He's only a couple of metres away from the line on tackle 2 for the Burleigh Bears. Fogarty goes to Schwass. He's 5 away. 12.5 minutes left. Luke Page on the charge. A metre away from the line. Costa to dummy half. Fogarty. Now Rogers taking the line on. Got a pass away. Batted back in the end by Rowe to Sammy Saluma. He kicks it's too big. 7 tackle set now coming up for Newtown.
That could be crucial in this game from Saluma. Just a rush of blood. We've seen Will Kennedy up the other end just put it straight on the toe and put it out. And Fogarty, I thought he was just going to line up from right in front. He spread the ball out to Rogers, but now a 7 tackle set for Newtown.
Greg Eastwood. He's one that can find an offload or 2.
Well, he's the one, a tiring forward pack and a fresh Greg Eastwood. He has this ability to get an overlap here now, Newtown.
Mulatalo, oh, he had Katoa screaming for it on his outside.
Come on!
Bakuya, centre field now through Toby Rudolph. He's been enormous. Can he get an offload away? He can't. There, he's wrapped up. They wrap the ball up. There's Luke Page in underneath. Trindle, Kennedy, and he had a little bow peep there and put the ball down, Ronaldo Mulatalo.
When you start going through the team, you can see Brayley come out of dummy half, flood through the middle with support. You don't have to go wide. You can see there, all the space is back through the middle. Costa's done plenty of work, and then they try and get it to the right-hand side again to Mulatalo. Just a little bit flat, poor pass.
Hayden, we're on the shot clock. Get him in, Will. Let's go.
6 errors in the second half there for Newtown, 4 for Burleigh. It's after there was hardly an error in the first 40 minutes.
Well, they've come at the crucial time for Newtown. When you feel like something's starting to get going with momentum, they've turned the ball over at the end. A poor set end, a drop right there when they're starting to build. And it's been crucial for them.
Dylan Pythian, 10 short of halfway for Burleigh. And there's a sloppy play the ball.
Shot clock on.
It's ebbing and flowing this game. Just when you think one side's going to start gaining momentum, the other side comes straight back. And now here's a big chance for Newtown.
Time off, shot clock is still on. Jacob, watch Newtown.
So we're about to enter the last 10 minutes of the contest. And you see just sloppy from Dylan Pythian.
Okay, not early here, boys. Time on. 17.
Magulius feeds the scrum out the back. Brayley goes to Trindle. There's a strong charge from Bakuya. He thought about an offload, but Blake Leary was in there over the top. Wilton to Rudolph. Another good run. 18 away.
He's been enormous, Rudolph.
Brayley, Magulius, Trindle, Kennedy. Now Katoa has it. Running across field, Sione Katoa. Has he got a runner there with him? There wasn't anyone there. So he's wrapped up in the tackle. 10 away from the line. 2 tackles left in this set for the Newtown Jets. 9 minutes left, trailing by 6. Brayley, Magoulias, little kick, here they come. Now
Touched his leg.
Rowe, it's off
Touched
his
his
leg.
goal line.
It'll be a dropout.
Well, Billy Magoulias got very lucky there, just at the death. Oh, great call from the referee. So you don't need the bunker. He's on the spot, just back himself.
I think Magoulias,
Good, mate. We're on the clock.
the Burleigh
again,
Bears
you
would be
right?
aware of his short kicking game. We know that.
clock
We
goes
saw
off,
it
he's
last
gonna
week in the
have to go
Canterbury Cup. We've seen it
It's all right,
early on
okay.
in this game and now late in the game
Good.
as well. Again,
Stay
feign to kick,
onside.
go through the hands. I think that's the opportunity for Magoulias down the left-hand side.
Well, Mulitalo's been moved to that left wing. So Greg Matterson's unhappy with how his star centre has gotten the ball out there, been a bit flat. Here's Eastwood.
Greg Eastwood. Good run from Eastwood. 18 away from the line. Here's Wilton. He's been lively off the bench this afternoon.
Get up! 1 foot to the line!
Brayley at a dummy half. They go to the right. Trindle back towards the centre. Still skipping around. Now little kick. They kicked early. It's been cleaned up. They're going to get a good result.
Goal line drop
More
out.
good luck than good management there for Newtown. They'll get the goal line dropout.
Teague Wilden, what are you doing? Why are you kicking? It's play 3. I know it's the biggest day of the year, but you do not have a kicking licence.
What it also does is it allows Burleigh just to get back into formation. And yes, you get another set of 6. But you've only been asked to tackle 2 or 3 tackles in that set of 6, so they can reset themselves.
That might have been what we were talking about, eh?
Dylan Pythian taking a little bit of time here also. He knows his side is tired. They've dug a hole for themselves, Burleigh. Both teams have. But it seems as though Newtown are taking advantage of it, the best out of both sides.
Well, they need some more change of angles. They look dangerous every time they come back through the middle, Newtown. Feel like Bakuya, change of angles, maybe Kennedy surging through the middle might be the play. Pythian's still down, receiving treatment.
He is receiving treatment, and we've got 7.5 minutes left. If it is tied up at 16 all at the end of the game, that's how it will remain.
What about Toby Rudolph? 200 metres. And a crucial tackle there to save Teague Wilton's kicking career.
Stay behind it!
If he doesn't tackle him there, Greg Matterson may walk on the field and take him off. Great dropout.
Massive one. Second one of the afternoon from Fogarty that's gone the 60 metres. Eastwood. 10 metres into Burleigh territory. Now adding another 14 metres there is Toby Rudolph. One of the best players on the field is Trindle. Now Kennedy gets a pass away, and that's good defence. Tyrone Roberts-Davis, bang. Trindle, Eastwood, here's Sorensen. You see Militalo, he's on the wing out on the left for Newtown. They go towards that side of the field. Magoulias, Billy Magoulias. He's only a metre away from the line. The Bears just hanging on. Wilton the dummy half. We know he won't kick. Oh, hang on, that pass too. It's play on here for the Burleigh Bears.
Poor pass from dummy half. I think someone would have collected the arm of Wilton. But again, just didn't feel like they threw enough at them that set to be able to test them. And here's the replay. Oh, and a stray hand. Maybe it's just a poor pass from Wilton. But they let off the pressure again, Newtown.
6 minutes remaining. 6-point lead for Burleigh. Newtown have had plenty of opportunities in this second half. The ledger is 3-2 in the history of the state championships in favour of the Canterbury Cup winners. They've won the last 3. Intrust Super Cup winners have won the first 2. Here's Militalo. Good charge from Ronaldo on the halfway line. Kennedy the dummy half was there. Now Jackson Ferris. Another opportunity here for the Newtown Jets. McGulius into the line. Burleigh to dummy half. Greg Eastwood. No chance of an offload there from Eastwood. Burleigh, McGulius, Trindle, Kennedy, here it is, Sione Katoa again for the corner! He's in! Katoa! We've got a 2-point ball game and a conversion from out wide to level things up. We're going to the bunker.
We have a try. Just confirm grounding. Also, mate, can you... yep, thanks, mate.
Sione Katoa, here it is.
Sione Katoa jumps from the field of play and grounds the ball in goal. We have cleared the contact by Curtis Rowe as well. We have a decision.
Wow. Sione Katoa, twice in that corner. 4 points for the Jets. And now it'll be Braden Trindle from out wide to level things up in the state championship final.
Yeah, Sione Katoa, corner post cam specialist. Have a look at this. Great play. They finally get it out to that wing. Beautiful pass from Kennedy, and then Katoa has the class to finish in the corner. Have a look at this. How good's technology?
Well,
That's awesome.
It was good, but Sione Katoa's just ruined it.
Well, you wouldn't have been able to put that in the old cardboard corner post that Sats had when he was playing. Big kick for Trindle. He hasn't kicked well all afternoon, boys. This is huge.
Braden Trindle from out wide to level things up. We're into the final 4 minutes. Trindle, he kicks it, he misses it. It's still a 2-point lead now for the Burleigh Bears. The game's on the line with 3 minutes and 48 seconds remaining.
Well, the last thing the Burleigh Bears can do is just try and protect that scoreboard. Yes, you're leading the game, but it also can affect the way that you get through your sets. And for the Newtown Jets, for them it's all or nothing. They've got to try everything. They've got to be creative. They've got to be spontaneous. They've got to try and force some offloads. And again, I think Eastwood is the man.
If scores end up being level, if Newtown do get a penalty, there will be extra time. So 5 minutes each way, then golden point. And they might get the ball in good field position here because there will be a penalty on the halfway line now for Newtown. That kick sailed a long way over the dead ball line.
Plenty of time left in this game. Newtown, this could be the set. The only time. Oh, that's way over, isn't it? He nearly touched it. What was he doing? He nearly touched it when it was dead. He didn't have to.
Well, he wants the spectacular. Sione Katoa. We saw him earlier. If he just runs, he scores a try. He wanted to do a dance and the big dive.
Look at this. He's like, yeah, no, it's going dead. It's all right. And then,
Well, because his back leg wasn't planted, if it hit his front leg as it just missed, it would have been a dropout. Here's Sorensen. Big chance here for Newtown. They've trailed for most of the afternoon. Now they've got a chance to hit the front with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. 10 metres away from the line. Burleigh to Toby Rudolph, trying to force his way over. He stopped just short. Little kick, and back there to clean things up was Dylan Kithian, who got himself in good position, and it's a dropout coming.
Well, it's interesting they've got to try to go through the middle through that entire set of 6 when all game they've been trying to get Sammy Saluma to come up with the wrong decision defensively. They'll get one more set here now, and I'm positive they've got to go to their right, and it's pretty sure they're going to go that way as well. Take numbers to the line and get Saluma to make the decision defensively.
This is an experienced injury for Blake Leary, slowing things down.
Second set in a row.
Let's go, Jamal.
So Leary is okay to continue. No surprise there. 2 minutes remaining. A 55-metre dropout. And Greg Eastwood on the charge for Newtown. The whole Jets are on the charge. What a good game, showcasing the great talent in the Canterbury Cup and the Intrust Super Cup. And here's one of the best in Toby Rudolph, has played in both competitions over the last couple of seasons. Now Trindle to Kennedy. They've handled that pretty well all afternoon. Evans wrapped up 13 metres away. 90 seconds left. Burleigh, they're just hanging in there. Here come Newtown again. Up the centre they go. Defending for their lives, Burleigh. Newtown, a couple of tackles left. Trindle. Oh, intercepted. I was looking at the Newtown player going through. But they've got it here through Sammy Saluma, Burleigh. That might just be enough for the Burleigh Bears.
Well, it's a trademark play of Sammy Saluma. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. He gets up in no man's land, gets in between the attack. And on this occasion, it pays right for him on this occasion, as he's got this Burleigh Bears possession back, and it looks like they can wind the clock down and take Queensland's third state championship.
It's with Anthony Don. 40 seconds remaining. Tackle 4 for Burleigh. They've stopped the clock. Don, he'll play it with 34 seconds left. Costa goes to Noemi Matanga. Here's the last. We want to find the touchline here. Fogarty won't get a kick away. 20 seconds left. Changeover. One more chance for Newtown. Clock stops with 16 seconds left. One, possibly two plays for the Jets. 15. Sorensen will get up and play it. Brayley, they've stacked the short side. Kick over the top for Militalo and Ferris. Ferris has got the bounce. Jackson Ferris has got the bounce. He'll score an amazing try. And the Jets will steal the state championship. They were gone. They were gone. Try awarded. The Jets will win. A remarkable, amazing finish to the state championship. Well done, the Newtown Jets. Bad luck, the Burleigh Bears. What a try to finish the contest.
Billy, the Magic Man Magoulias, again with the last play of the game, comes up with a kick, and Ferris gets a bounce, streaks away 50 to score.
Unbelievable. An amazing finish. The Jets have won the state championship. They have stolen it from the Burleigh Bears. What a game. What a win, Newtown. They love leaving it to the last moment. We'll have the conversion. Who'll take it? Greg Eastwood in his last game?
He has to. Greg Matterson can take it. Maybe the mascot can take it. That was awesome. The Magic Man Magoulias.
Well, it was going to have to be a risky play, wasn't it? And they came up with it. And Burleigh looked like they got back there in numbers, but just the magical bounce of the rugby league football falls in favour of Ferris. And what a game, what a finish to such a proud club like Newtown, who haven't tasted success for many, many years. Here we go again. Magoulias gets the well-weighted kick, drops in between the defenders, and a horrible bounce for Curtis Rowe.
What about the bounce?
Oh, great angle there also. Crossbar cam. Well done to the Newtown Jets supporters.
It is Greg Eastwood who's going to take the conversion. They're celebrating the Newtown Jets. Well done to them. Eastwood has the extras. And the Jets win 20 points to 16 in a thriller here on NRL Grand Final Day. What a way, Erin, to get things underway. Down to you.
Oh, can you believe it? They have set the bar very, very high for the following two games here this afternoon on Grand Final Day. The Jets, what a win. They are your 2019 state champions, and we'll have the trophy presentation for you and a lot of very, very excited celebrations coming up straight after this. Plus, we're going to take a trip down memory lane with some of the legends, including Gal, Sam Thaiday and Sterlo, who talk about their own piece of rugby league history. Plus, we'll also be joined live by Raiders legend Glenn Lazarus, and Roosters icon Anthony Minicello as the 2019 Grand Final looms large at ANZ. But we've had our first champs crowned here. The trophy's coming up next, and these Jets, what a finish, what a thriller, what a win to kick things off.